How you doing? Welcome to another video. We put out a call the other day, I did a small video, and I was asking for some help, just some suggestions on some ideas about cravings for alcohol, what to do if people have cravings. Oftentimes it's good to have a lot of different suggestions because everyone's different and everyone responds differently to different things. Like I said on the other video, 90% of what you do, 95% of what you do, of how you have cravings is not the physical, what's happening inside your body is how you respond to them. And you can turn up or down um, the magnitude of the cravings, like a dial inside your mind. You can turn it up, you can turn it down, depending on what you think and the narrative that you're telling yourself, right? So, but there's certain things that you can do to take your mind away from to distract your mind, I think, and that's what we're all about, is trying to help you, especially in those first few days. So what I'm going to do is we got 40 different comments. We're going to split them up into two different videos, um, and let's start with these top ones. Okay, so I'm going to have to read them off this screen because that screen I can't really see for some reason. All right, it's a bit too far away from me. Anyway, right, we're going to start with the first ones. We filter these for the newest first, and start here. Now, I'm not going to read if they're long comments. I'm not going to read. There's a couple like Cam's I'm going to read, but other ones I'm not going to read if they're too long. So I'll just go into the first parts of them. Like I said, we'll do the first 20 here, and we'll do the next 20 in another video. And I think thank you for everybody who has left a comment in advance. I really appreciate you taking your time and to think into these things, because it really does help. That when other people comment, and not only they see, well, these people, this is what this person tried, maybe I'll try that, but also there's so many people who are going through this same situation. And as you'll see when we read through these comments, people are in all different times of this journey. They're all different stages of their own journeys. So a lot of the stuff is people, these are things that have really worked for people. Some of the things are things that people are trying based on other people's. You get some good suggestions here. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Let me just, I'll leave that one there. We'll start off with strangeosity. I quit 9 months ago. What helped me was three things. And he goes into this is the deep one, so I'm not going to do the first one here. I understand that alcohol is a poison. I don't want to drink the poison. I understand that alcohol is a poison. I do not want to be drinking poison. If I have a good day, I don't want to drink poison. If I have a bad day, I don't want to drink poison. I understand that our modern culture is brainwashed so that people regularly drink this poison. Again, it's like a giant cult. I pity those who are still drinking. Even the seemingly happy, moderate drinkers, I still pity. Even if I could be a moderate drinker, I wouldn't want to. Alcohol is a poison. I agree with that. It's if you can get this into your head that alcohol is a poison, then it's one of the things that I used to do in myself. I used to think about alcohol as being the Gollum from Lord of the Rings. That helped me to visualize something. It helped me to hold on to this image in my head of this pathetic individual who was going, "Oh, go on, please have another drink. It's my precious." And you can see that desperation in this character's face. I also imagine myself strangling the Gollum and choking the life out of the little bastard. And it was for me that's what it represented. It represented my the behavior, the habit, the rituals that were involved in it. I mean, this is not just about the alcohol. Alcohol is the tool that gets you to the end. So if you think about it from that perspective, and then you think about it from the perspective of this is a poison, and it's not doing you any good. The more you put this stuff inside your body, the more you're toxifying your body. All right, Cam is a regular contributor, so I'm going to read his full post. Remembering that I can either experience the pain of discipline in the short term or the pain of continued guilt and regret keeps me going. And the sense of cravings, you've got to keep your ass moving. Cam is also a member of Habits V2, by the way. That's why I'm reading this full comment. Don't sit around idle. Keep yourself busy. Keep your mind engaged. Move your body and do something that's not associated with drinking. I personally cannot be effective at playing basketball or intense exercise and drinking, nor can I read or write that good while drinking. Thus, I went that route a lot, and I still do. Not bragging, just saying. And I know that some will say, well, you're addicted to exercise, to books and all that. You're still dependent. Well, I'll take that shit any and every day. I have yet to have to text or to call someone to say I'm sorry for exercising, reading, journaling, or getting involved in the arts. Not once. So pick your pain. Do you want the temporary pain of discipline, being a little uncomfortable, or do you want to continue the same shitty results that makes you feel like shit and makes you feel less than or sorry for shit that you've done? The choice is ours every day. I hope this can help out someone. One team, one fight, and much love to all. And trust me, I'm still learning every day. So I hope I don't come off like a know-it-all. Hashtag keep that alcohol out your mouth, mofo. Don't get complacent, like General Mattis once said. Complacency kills. Don't waste any more time. It's all we have. I think that's a good one there from Cam. Just to keep yourself occupied, keep your mind occupied. Do things. The one thing that we share all the time and we try and promote all the time is there's 3 ways that you can do this, right? You don't stay in the place that you are. So you don't stay in the place where you're being triggered, where you normally drink alcohol. You keep your mind occupied. So you play something, you listen to audiobooks, listen to music, whatever it is. And you also move and keep moving, right? Letitia Rosenthal, I found doing your quick start preparation course before stopping very helpful. The first few months after stopping, I daily referred to the notes I'd taken. Everything I'd experienced is covered in that course. The psychological aspects were covered, were like many powerful little spells I could use easily to sidestep the cravings. And my favorite saying of yours is that the mantra is keep the alcohol out of your mouth, and daily watching your videos and dipping into your old ones. Thank you. Yeah. So all good advice there from Letitia. Bike Basket 95. He says, started drinking again once a month regularly after 2 years sober. Now at 48 hours sober. Well done for getting back on track, Mike. Bike Basket. And hoping to go another couple of years. Focus on the healing and the recovery. And also, no matter how you feel, you're doing yourself good, and don't believe that you can control alcohol someday, because you can. I mean, that's a good one for the future. It's not. I mean, for me, it's getting to that stage where you're not thinking about controlling alcohol, but getting to the stage where you're thinking to yourself, why the hell would I want to put this shit inside my body ever again? I'm reading a lot into a lot of the AA stuff at the moment. And one of the things that they sort of push is that you are always going to be an alcoholic, and that you will never return to normal drinking. And this is one of the problems with the AA that I don't understand, and I've got a lot of respect for some of the things that they do in terms of meetings and getting people together and all that kind of stuff. I think there's a lot of good things that they do, but the underlying philosophy for me is wrong. And for me is wrong, and for a lot of people that I represent, a lot of the people that I know that don't want to go down that road, thinking about themselves as being alcoholics, and the idea of normal drinking. The idea that you can go through your life thinking that you're an alcoholic, not only that there's something wrong with you and that you're diseased, but thinking that you're missing out on something. You're missing out on shit. Nothing. There's nothing that you're missing out on. This is a poison that you're putting inside your body, right? You're putting yourself into an altered state of mind, which prevents you from doing so much more in life. And the more you get involved in this, the more that your life will become revolved around alcohol. Have a look at the video that we did a couple of days ago. Thanks, buddy. No problem. Ridgemark. Colin Ward says, I use the surfing the urge method. I'm not sure who came up with it. I think it's an Australian website. I can't remember. Surfing the urge. I don't know if it was related to alcohol, but I understand what you mean. It relates to creating or craving. It relates craving to waves. You realize it's a wave and focus on letting it pass. It makes you realize there is no permanent desire to drink. You just need to get over the urge. These usually last no more than an hour for me. I mean, most of the time, unless you're, if you do the things that we were talking about earlier on, if you disappear your mind from the idea of alcohol, if you sit in the same place, if you sit, let's say I'm sat here now, and this is where I would normally drink, and I'm in the first day of my cravings, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh, what I'm going to do with myself. I normally will be drinking now, and I really miss it. Yeah, and I can feel, think about tasting a lemon, right? Take a bite out of a lemon and you can actually feel your mouth watering up. And it's the same sort of sensation that you get when you're craving a drink. You start to think about the drink and you think about the effect of it, and you start thinking about things like, maybe one wouldn't be too bad, and if I could just stick at one, or if I could stick at, 3 or 4, then that wouldn't be too bad, rather than the 7 or 8 that I'm normally drinking. And you're talking yourself into it. You're sitting in the same place. Right? If you can move out of that place, if you can distract your mind, you can turn off the cravings like that, not in an hour, but in 5 minutes, if you can distract yourself. And the more you do this, it's like anything else. It's like any skill that you learn, the more you practice, the better you get at it. The further away from alcohol, the better you're going to get at this. Brianna Whitaker, she says, I'm going to use these tips as much as I can. I'm so embarrassed to say that I've been struggling again. There's no embarrassment in it, Brianna. Don't worry about it. People on this journey, they go through different levels of this. So some people take longer than others. Some people have little bits of trips and molehills and little. Most of the things that you're going to do, most of the obstacles in your way are going to be there because you put them there. But sometimes you don't know that you're putting them there, and it's only when you hit this brick wall that you realize that, oh shit, that's something that I put there. So, right, I won't do that next time. Struggling again, so I have many new hobbies and stuff planned out for when I feel like drinking, so I don't give in. If anyone else has relapsed too, just know that you're not alone. We're going to make it. So we're going to make it. We just have to not give up. Thank God for Kevin. All right. He's so another one. It's like we're in this together, don't worry about it. Come back here and keep watching the videos. If you I have one of the best things that I bought in the last couple of years was a YouTube subscription. I don't get anything from YouTube from this, so you do it if you want. I think it's cost me $12 or something, the equivalent, something like that. And basically what it means is that I can take my phone out and I can listen to it. I can turn off. So I can find the YouTube video that I want to watch on YouTube on my phone. Then I turn off the phone and I can still listen to it. I can continue to listen to it. Plus, you don't get any of the annoying adverts on it. So that's a good thing as well. And I think it's worth paying it. Right, where were we? Chris Moon. He said, I actually tried to take myself out of my comfortable routine and do something completely new. I started reading books, going to bed earlier, wearing myself out for the day before bed. It didn't help completely, but it took the edge off until I got through that first week or so. I'm a moderate every night drinker. Hopefully he's saying I was a moderate. Well, anyway, I liked that I was tired enough to sleep most of the time. I still had withdrawal insomnia for a good week. Everyone here has such great suggestions. Thank you to everyone for giving me new things to try. That's great, Chris. I don't know if you're stopped or whether you're whether you're starting this all over again, but all good ideas. Reading books, distract your mind. Going to bed early, I think that's a routine that you'll get into as you. I used to stay up awake until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning when I was drinking. Now it's sort of I need to get up at that time, 3 or 4 o'clock. I stay in bed till, but I'm in bed by 8 o'clock at night. So what's the point of staying up? Get up in the morning and it's brilliant. I'm having a drop of coffee here, so I'll have a little sip. It's my only drug nowadays. Oh, and a paracetamol as well for my leg. Right. Newman Outdoors. I'm still craving. I need to hear this. Okay. Hopefully you get some good tips, Newman. Red Wing 1473 says, what did it for me was drinking so much that it made me so sick that the smell and taste of it was as if I was like tasting and really smelling it just made me want to throw up. And no, right. So that's yeah. I think in the beginning, a lot of people, they go into this and they drink a lot, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's great advice for people, because some people can drink a lot. Some people can, if you're starting out with this, you can get severe alcohol poisoning from drinking too much, and that's not a good thing to start your journey. I mean, for me, when we're doing the preparation course, the 15-day one that we do, towards the end of it, I always recommend to people on that last day, do not have a binge, because you want to get up on the first day feeling fresh. This is the first day of the rest of your life, right? This is the first day of the rest of your life, the first day of the rest of your life. Why do you want to start that day off having a fucking hangover? You don't. So, I always try and say to people, what you're doing as well is you're putting a big value on the idea of having a binge, of getting pissed again. And that idea then is going to follow you through. Whereas if you say on that final day, I mean, we've been reducing alcohol all the way through the 15 days on this preparation program. So once we get to that day one, then you're really down and you don't need any alcohol. And a lot of people, what they will do is they'll say they'll be going through the preparation, and the preparation has been so effective on them. And this is not just what I'm saying to them. This is, I'm contributing to it, but it's the effect of how they're rethinking their own ideas. I mean, a lot of our preparation is about getting people to rethink what they're thinking about the drinking, to not just go through the when they're reducing the alcohol, to not just drink without thinking about it, to actually think about what they're doing to themselves. And I'll often get people who get to they get 5 days into it and they go, oh, yeah, fuck this. Can I go to day one? I'm afraid that I'm going to miss out on the 15 days and or the 10 days of the rest of the preparation. And I always say to them, look, go to day one, but keep going back and watching some of the videos. There's 2 videos a day. So it's like, watch 1 video a day or watch a half a video and you're still getting that knowledge. But there's a lot of people that go through the preparation stages and just want to, they want to get going. They want to, they feel that good about themselves, and they're like brainwashing themselves. They're reprogramming the brain in an opposite way, and that's the idea. All right, deep breathe. DMC says deep breathing 747, 478. I don't know what that is. Exercise. I suppose you can look that up, but I'm presuming that's breathing in, where you're counting the breaths in, holding the breath. So breathing in for 4 seconds, holding the breath at the top for 7 seconds, and then breathing out for 8 seconds. I think I've done a video on this somewhere. Exercise, try distraction by doing something like little jobs around the house, drink water, have alcohol-free beer as placebo. All of those things. I mean, the alcohol-free beer one, if it's going to affect you in terms of, it's going to remind you of the alcohol that you're not having, and then don't do it. But that's a personal choice. Like I said, all of these are personal choices anyway. Where are we now? So we're up to 18 minutes. We'll do another few of these. I don't know how many we've done so far. I've said 20 at the beginning, so I think we were down to Paul. Right, so let's crack through a few more of these. I drink apple cider vinegar and lemon juice mixed with water. Read a lot of books about sobriety. Also walked in the forest a lot. The walk in the forest is just such a great one. Betty Grain, I simply put sobriety above everything else. So I did things like went to bed early, didn't go out around alcohol for 3 months. So didn't go to pubs and restaurants and things like that, I presume. Ate a lot of chocolate and sweets, drank alcohol-free beer and Diet Coke, and made sure I didn't feel guilty about any of it. I also watched loads of stuff on YouTube about alcohol. That's a great point there about the guilt. A lot of people, when they start out on this journey, they want to stop so many other things in their lives. And I think leave all that stuff. It doesn't matter if you're eating sugar. I mean, the preferable thing is to eat good. If you can eat good nutrition, if you can fill yourself on whole foods, If you can fill yourself with sugars that are natural, all the better. But if you're doing this and this is what you need to get over the thing and to get over, like I said in the beginning, it's all about the mind stuff. And never mind anything else. You can deal with that kind of stuff later on, a month, 2 months down the road. The thing that you don't want to do is to have to deal with, 5 kilos of extra body weight that you've put on. I mean, that's not something that you really want. It's not the ideal situation. If that's your situation, if that's what you have to deal with in order to get away from this poison, fair enough, right? You can deal with it. All the other problems will be a lot easier for you to deal with later on. So don't worry about that. Thanks, Betty. TE, socializing with friends and family and physical activities help me a lot. I'm realizing that a lot of loneliness and boredom is a trigger for me. Yeah, it's the same thing for a lot of people. KKL, the biggest thing for me was that I got all worked up in my head thinking about cravings. Oh, there's my 2 boys. How bad they would be, thinking it will consume me for a few days, but you were spot on. It's kind of all in your head, how you dial it up or down. I was really dialing it up. So when I changed that thinking, I just got on with it. Lo and behold, the cravings were not all that bad, just a minor discomfort or a bother, and they lasted only a few seconds. You can really distract yourself from them, fewer and fewer and fewer. Okay. That's what we're talking about earlier on is all of that stuff. These feelings inside your body that you're getting, they're just feelings, and it's how you interpret those feelings that matters more than anything else. I think Esther's coming, so right, and it makes a big difference how you interpret these things, what you tell yourself about these things. It makes a big difference about your history and where you've come from. And all these things matter, but it all comes down to what you're telling yourself and how you're reacting to what you're telling yourself, and then what you're telling yourself about how you're reacting. Do you get what I mean? So, Himawari, I'm still looking for the best tip to get me out of this FOMO craving. Exactly, when you live with your parents and then once a year they go on holiday and they're like, this is the perfect opportunity. If you don't use it, then you'll lose it. Then you'll forever lose it. I get what you mean with that. You're talking about going onto holidays, and this is something that happens with people. It's something you have your holidays once a year, right? Or maybe once every 2 or 3 years with people. These are certain things, celebrations that don't happen very often. And if you don't drink in these situations, you're not making the most out of it, and you're missing out on something. So why not? And why not come back and then do it later on? That's something that is a programmed thing inside your brain that is making you think that, because I'm telling you now, I've been on vacations now since I stopped drinking alcohol, and I've had a blast. I mean, a proper blast. And not by going to clubs or going and getting drunk or going and eating or doing any of these things, but really thinking about what I'm going to do before I go on the holidays, and then making the most out of every moment I can to relax, to enjoy myself, to have fun, to be with the people that I'm with, to see the things that are there in front of me, different sights, different people. So much fun without alcohol. Whereas before, I would just sit in the fucking pub or on the beach or get drunk at night and go to bed late and then get up early the next morning, or get up late the next morning with a dirty hangover and spoil the rest of my holiday, and then come back from the holiday feeling I hadn't been anywhere. What's the point in that? But I'm telling you, you get past this and you get past it in your head. Get over these ideas. Mike Shuttle says, L-glutamine to feed your brain glucose under the tongue when you need quickly to bypass digestion. Okay. Not sure about that one, but there you go. Paul Meehan, walking, reading, meditation. Yeah, gratitude, talking about, why did I do that? There we go. All right, I'm gonna stop this one for now, and we'll do the rest of it on another day. Thanks for everybody again that responded to this request for videos. We're going to do this again. I really enjoy doing this. I think it's really helpful for people just to see other people's ideas, what other people are doing, to understand that other people are on this journey, and to really make the most out of things. So really, thank you very much for leaving your leaving your comments down below. If you would like to see one of these videos, then please leave your suggestions in the comments down below for whatever video you'd like to see. What would you like to see us cover? And we can put a short video out for our viewers to have a look, to leave the comments, and then we'll do another video on the comments later on, because I think these are fun to do. The walking videos will come back soon. I think this knee thing that I've got is taking a little bit of time to heal. Getting older. Oh my God. I'm not used to these mountains. I think it's coming down the hills that has done it. You know, we've been living sort of in Alicante for the last 10 years, and it's fairly flat. I mean, I was doing mountain walks, but it took me like half an hour, 40 minutes to get to the mountain, then to climb the mountain and come back down. So it wasn't a regular thing that I did in my life. And they were nowhere near like the intensity that these mountains were giving me. So I think I pushed myself a bit too much in the early days. That's the story of my life in all things. So anyway, thank you very much for coming. If you want help to stop drinking alcohol as normal, habitsv2.com. And the course that somebody mentioned earlier on, you'll find that in the description down below, the quick start guide preparation. It's not our 15-day preparation, but it's for somebody who wants to really come in and just wants to start out quickly. It's less than 50 minutes and give you a lot of good tips on how to get your brain in the right way. You know, even for cravings, you know, for if you're thinking about cravings, have a look at that. I'll have the next part of this in a few days. The second part. Thank you very much again, and I'll speak to you again soon. All right, take care. Bye now.